Okay, so if you're thinking about getting started in the advertising space and starting an advertising business, you might be wondering, why would someone pay me as a total beginner? When there are so many other people in the industry that have been doing it longer than me and probably had way more success than me, why would they pay me? So I'm going to answer that question in today's video. So my name is Sarah May Ives. Thank you so much for being here. I have a passion for helping businesses advertise, and I also have a huge passion for helping other women start highly profitable advertising businesses. And I've taught hundreds of women to do it in 90 days. So if you'd like to learn more about exactly how I got started with the ads business, how you can get started with it, I do have a free 7 steps to get started guide. And you can download that below by clicking on the link below this video. If you like this channel, if you like the topics that I'm chatting about, consider supporting the channel by subscribing and turn on that notifications bell as well. Okay, so let's dive into today's topic. Why would someone pay me as a total newbie? When you're first starting a business, this can be something that can keep you awake at night, right? Because you're like, why would they pay me? I'm totally green. I'm just in the beginning stages of my business. What in the world do I know? So here's the thing. When you're starting in the online business space and you're selling something virtual, like a coaching program like the one I'm selling, I want to be 100% transparent with you. It is very hard. And it is really hard to get people to buy your product when you're doing an online coaching thing like this. So a lot of people, when they think of online business ideas, this is one of the first ideas that come to mind. Oh, I'm just going to be a coach. I'm just going to sell my expertise, put it into a course. The reality is it's extremely hard to sell it because you need a ton of social proof, meaning validity that your idea worked. You need testimonial videos. For example, my program, I have over 30 testimonial videos of people saying that my program works. I've been featured in magazines. I've been in the space for a really long time, and some incredible testimonials from my clients. These are the ingredients that can really help you succeed in an industry where it's tough to sell. But here's the thing, you don't have to start in an industry that is tough to sell. So when it comes to the advertising business and learning an in-demand skill like advertising, it's actually not nearly as hard to sell it, and there's a crucial reason why. Because your sales are made on the phone. So the key way that you get business is by getting people on the phone with you, and you have a conversation with them around what do they need, what have they tried, what's worked, what hasn't worked, what are they looking for in a solution. And if you have a great conversation with them and you identify that this would be someone that you could work with and help, you can make a sale, even as a total beginner. And there's a couple other strategies that you can focus on as well, which I'll dive into. First and foremost, you want to recognize your strengths as a beginner and then sell on those strengths. With one of the women in my program, Katrina, she had a call with someone who said to her, are you new at this? And she said, yes, actually I am. This is my first year of business. And he said, okay. She was kind of discouraged. And he said to her, well, given that you're so new, I'm going to set up a couple other calls with other agencies. So he set up a call with an agency in Los Angeles, an advertising agency, and then another big agency. And moral of the story is 2 weeks later, he came back to Katrina and he said, I would like to move forward with you because I know that you're going to give me the time and commitment and personal attention that I know will not happen with the bigger agencies. So one of the key ways to stand out, aside from, picking a business model where you make sales on the phone, where you build rapport with people, you want to also make sure that you emphasize the strengths of working with you. And one of those strengths as a beginner is you're not as busy. You have more time for personal attention. You truly care about your clients and you will work with them. There's a few key ways that you can add more value as an advertiser as well. But essentially, you really want to flaunt your advantages. The first step is starting a business where you actually sell on the phone and not starting a business where you have to sell a product online or a $997 course from a webinar. Those are really tough to sell because you need a really good webinar, lots of social proof, all kinds of stuff. Now, second to that, when you get people on the phone, the key way to get the sale is to emphasize your strengths as well. So I'm just looking at my notes here. So that's precisely why people would pay you in the beginning. And when you do have a business model or a skill where you sell to people on the phone, and by the way, to sell to people on the phone, you want to make sure that you're charging adequately. If you have a $300 course, you don't want to be selling that on the phone, because for each, half hour or hour that it takes you to do the call, you're not going to get paid enough, essentially. So the reason why an advertising business is so great is because you can charge people. Typically the first client project is worth anywhere from $6,000 to $7,000, $8,000, over the span of 3 months or more. And then a lot of clients stay with you beyond that. The time that you're spending on the phone has a really high value, because when you get a yes, which if you keep at it, you will, you're going to be really compensated well for your time. When it comes to on the phone, selling on the phone, the most important thing is to make sure that people recognize what you're good at. And here's the funny thing, sales on the phone are truly linked to rapport. So if the person that you are talking to, the potential client, trusts you and you build a relationship with them and you ask the right questions and you're truly coming from a place of caring and wanting to serve, building that rapport is going to be way more valuable than a case study. A case study saying, we made this much money in this many days. It is far easier to sell on the phone when you're selling a service that's in demand than most people would realize. And truly, I'm an introvert, and I've also been shy for the majority of my life. I'm less so as I get into my 40s. I couldn't care much anymore about being shy. That being said, I love selling. I love talking to people because I have shifted my mindset from selling to truly helping people. And if I'm not asking the right questions to get them to identify if my program is right for them or not, I'm not doing us any favors at all. I'm just wasting everyone's time. Those are the most important considerations for how can I actually sell as a beginner? Well, you totally can. You want to make sure you've got a rock solid sales process. So in my coaching program, I don't just teach you how to do the ads. I teach you how to do the sales, how to ask the right questions. We have all kinds of trainings. Our sales coach, David, who every Friday meets with my students. So we've got a ton of sales specific trainings. So I'd say learn the skill, learn how to sell it, and then understand that it's really a numbers game. And if you're talking to people and you know how to build rapport with them, it's only a matter of time before you get your first client, your second client, your sixth client, your 10th client, and beyond that. I hope you found this video helpful, and I can't wait to see you next week. I will be back with another video. If you've got questions or comments, please put them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you.